Okay, good evening everyone. This is, I hope it will be a short video to introduce you to our Kombora 3. We've named it the Kombora 3 outdoor security system. It's a customized system, so your requirements and circumstances will dictate what we include with the package and what we exclude. But what it can do, what I'm going to show you for today, is 4 motion sensors, 4 outdoor motion sensors. In other words, this works in your compound, and it is to alarm you when you have, especially at night, when people who shouldn't be in your compound, if you have a fence and a gate, when you have unwanted visitors deep in the night when you're sleeping, this will let you know. Basically what we have in this setup, it can vary from customer to customer depending on what they need and what their circumstances are, but what we have here are 4 motion sensors. This one is labeled left, front, right, rear, and then we have 2 scary or panic buttons, if you can, depending on what you want to use them for. But basically if you use them for a scary supervision, you will be able to know every time your Askari presses this, it will send you a message, or it can even, you can put a timer. The whole idea is to make sure your Askari comes at preset times and presses this button so that he cannot escape from your, or abscond from your property. So you can set it to say 20 minutes, so that he has to keep pressing both these buttons in turn. You put one maybe at the front and one at the rear, so he has to keep walking back and forth within that period you have set. So in effect, he's patrolling. You are forcing him to patrol. And for you are inside the house and you can know whether he's doing it. Even if you are out of the house, even if you are out of the country, this system will let you know if the askar is doing his job. And then we have these motion sensors, so when the system is set, when it is armed, they will cause an alarm to go off. And the system is, it interacts and is managed via SMS, so I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to use my phone to interact with it. I was playing with it a little bit earlier, so you can see there are some previous messages, but I'm going to play with it now. I'm going to tell you to oh, by the way, you are going to hear a lot of clicks. Those are relays connected to the sensors. So when you hear relays clicking, it's either a sensor turning on or being activated or being deactivated. So the clicking will tally with the alarm messages we get on the screen here. So right now the system is disarmed, but it is switched on. So that's why you can hear, if I move, these are motion sensors, you can hear them moving. This is, imagine this is your house, and this is the front, so I've labeled this sensor front. This is the rear, so I've labeled it rear, and this is the left side of the house, if you are looking at it from my direction, and this is the right. So whenever there is motion on any of those sensors, you see a corresponding message on the screen. This is really to show you that the system is working. And then I'll also press these buttons for the, in this case they are going to be panic, they are going to act as panic buttons, not for scary supervision. So every time I press these ones, you also see a message. I'll be showing you all that. And also, when you have, when this, imagine some thieves come and they think they are smart and they want to disable this system by simply taking power off, cutting the connection to your alarm, the power to your house. This system will still alert you that you have lost power, and when the power comes back, it will also alert you. Let's begin with, I think let's begin with, the system is disarmed right now. I think you can see that it is disarmed. I was playing with it earlier, so it is disarmed. But before I arm it, I want to show you that even when it is disarmed, it can warn you if you lose power. So I'm going to disconnect power, and then you see the message, corresponding message come. Thank you very much. Power has gone off. Sorry. Yeah, power has gone off. I'm waiting for the message to come. It takes some seconds, like maybe 10 or 15. Yeah, so you see it says AC power has gone off. Is that in short? So you can turn the power on again, and we shall see another message coming and warning us that the power is back. Yeah, power has been restored. I hope you can see that. Yeah, so now I'm going to move on to you. Forgive the glare. We are trying to use the lamp from this camera, which is shooting, so you will see a bit of glare on my screen here. So I'm going to arm it. This thing takes a password. For now, I've just set it to a simple one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So every time you are giving it instructions, you need to include the password. So when we are installing it in your house, you will put a password which only you will know, so nobody else can come and use the text message system to either disarm or arm your system. So the instruction for arming is put the password. It is a 4-digit number followed by AA. That instruction is for arming. So I'm now going to arm it, and the siren may come on, especially because the motion sensors are already detecting us. So you can hear the siren is already going off. So it is going to tell us which sensor is causing the alarm, and then I'll make the sensors face away from us, and the alarm, yeah, it has armed. Right motion sensor, this one, the other one, right motion sensor activated, right motion sensor vacated. It keeps saying activated, so I'm going to make this one face away and that one face away. All the 4 motion sensors are now facing away from us. So those were alarms caused by yeah, so they are all being vacated now. We are going to wait until they are all vacated, and the siren should stop in about 1 minute. And then I will activate them one by one. So they are all being vacated now. Thank you. Seems like they are all vacated now, so I'm waiting for the siren to stop so that we make one sensor face us, and then we trigger an alarm once more. So they have all been vacated, so there is no alarm now. Now imagine I'm going to begin with the left one, the one on top, this one. I'm going to make it face us, and that will cause the detection of motion, and then it will alarm. Yeah, the relay has already gone off, the alarm has started, and then that left motion sensor has been activated. So you can see this sensor is labeled left. I think you can see that. So I'm going to make that one face away, and wait until the alarm has stopped, and then pick maybe the rear one for activation. Yeah, so the left motion sensor has been vacated, but the alarm is still, the siren is still ongoing for 1 minute. When that ends, I'm going to trigger one more motion sensor out of the 4. I don't need to do it for all the 4. I think you have seen enough. The left motion sensor has been vacated, so we are waiting for the siren to stop. You can opt not to have this siren if you don't like the noise. You will still get messages on your phone. Oh, by the way, it can send messages to up to 3 numbers, and it can also make phone calls. There will be dummy phone calls to up to 5 numbers. So if you receive that call, you can receive it, but it will be a dummy call. You will not hear the machine speak, so the call will just be running. Yeah, so the alarm has stopped. I'm just going to choose which sensor should I pick? Any rear, right? Which one should I pick?
Let's use rear.
Rear. This one. I don't know why it is not. Let me take the right one. I think this one was already activated. Let me choose the right one. The siren has already gone off. The siren has gone off, and you can see the rear right motion. Yes, the right motion sensor has been activated. And I'm going to make it face the wall again, so you will see. It will stay vacated after about maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, it has been vacated, so we are going to wait for the alarm to stop. The other sensor, I think there is a reason why it didn't activate. They have a range. They operate from, I think, within 1 meter to about 12 meters. So I think when I brought it over, I think we were too close to it for detection, but that is not going to be an issue when you install it on the house, because if you install it up near the ceiling of your house, it's going to be about 3 meters, at least, to about 2 meters, about 3 meters, let's say about 3 meters from the ground. So that's a good distance. It will be detecting always from near your wall to all the way up to 12 meters away toward the fence. Now, once that has stopped, I want to show you. I just want to make the video a bit short now. I think it's long enough. I just want to shorten it. I'm just going to show you to activate one of the panic buttons. In the software, it is still labeled as a scary button, so you see a message reading as such. So I'm going to press the rear one for about 5 seconds. The alarm is already on, and we are waiting for rear switch pressed. It says rear switch pressed, and since my finger is now off the switch, it is saying switch released. So in short, that's a brief overview of our Kombora 3. Oh, I'm going to disarm it. I'm going to send an instruction to disarm it. Just send another text message. This time send 1, 2, 3, 4, then double B. It is case sensitive. So double B is for disarming. And when it disarms, you are going to hear the siren. If the siren was on, if the alarm was on, it is going to stop. And it has stopped and confirmed. Every instruction you give it, it responds by confirming that instruction. There is another one last thing. If you are away from your house and you want to confirm the status of your system to know whether it is switched on and what its general state of health is, you send the instruction is capital E, send it, and then the system, when it gets that message, it will report back text messages are very cheap, by the way. You can get 4,000 SMS, I think, for a month. 400 SMS, I think, for a month, for about 5,000 shillings on most networks. So this is the state. This message is reporting the state of health as of when I last sent a request for the information, which is, it is saying it is in this state. SC power is okay. GSM value is 15. I think that is the maximum GSM signal from the network, and the output relay is open. The output relay is something you can use, say, to open a gate. If you have a gate to your house and you're coming back home, and it is motorized, you can still use this system to open the gate and close it via SMS. So if the system was armed, let me do this. Let me show you. I'm going to arm the system and then ask it for its state of health, and then you will see that it mentions its armed status. So I have armed it. This time I don't expect an alarm because all the motion sensors are facing away from us, so we are not triggering a false alarm. So it is now armed, and I'm going to, and it is quiet because it is not detecting any motion. And then I'm going to send a state of health request. And then this time you will see that it will begin with a confirmation that it is armed. So you can arm the system away from home, whether you are in the country or not. You can operate the system and you get updates from it. So you can see it is saying it is armed. Power is okay. GSM value is 14 now. Output relay opened. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so in brief, that's about it. I'll include our contact details at the end of the video, and you can contact us regarding pricing. But this system, as I said, is customized. It doesn't come with a standard price. We have up to about 8 different options. So depending on what you choose, how many sensors you require. The other thing is, you notice these motion sensors, they activate, the alarm activates immediately. The motion sensor is triggered. Now, that can work very well for humans, and the sensors are very sensitive, so even a cat will set it off. But smaller things like rats, I don't expect anyone to have rats in their compound, but they wouldn't trigger that motion sensor. But a cat, you are going to use this system for motion sensing, especially if you don't have an askari who cause false alarms, or a dog. But you can still get cats jumping into your compound. So depending on your circumstances, you may need a timer, a delay timer. We can include it. The delay timer will delay the instructions for activating the alarm for a set period. You can decide to put, maybe we can set it to maybe 10 seconds. So when the sensor operates for up to 10 seconds, if the sensor is still operating after 10 seconds, that is most likely a human being moving very slowly towards your window or door, and the alarm will trigger. That reduces on the false alarms. A cat, normally, when they move about at night, they dash around, they dash and stop. So they will trigger the motion sensor for only 2 or 3 seconds and then cease. They may repeat it, but if we set the delay timer long enough, they will not trigger a false alarm. But a thief will, because a thief does not dash around like a cat. A thief comes and crouches very slowly, and it will take him maybe up to 20 seconds to move even 5 meters. So that is long enough for the system with the delay timer to warn you that this is really a human being confirmed and trigger the alarm. So as I was mentioning, the prices will vary depending on your exact circumstances and what exactly you need out of the system. But I've just shown you some of the most popular options that the system carries. Thank you very much.